In the realm of the strange and supernatural, many strange and supernatural things happen in realms around the supernatural and the strange. Where there are strange and supernatural realms abound. Got nothing really for the opening tonight. I just have some great news stories we're going to share. We've got most of the paranormal news crew with us. Maybe Greg's going to show up. We don't know. He hasn't signed on, so we're keeping our fingers crossed. But Chachi, Sweet Tea, myself, we're here. We're ready to bring you the very best in paranormal news, and we'll do that next, right here on the Paranormal 60 News. Good evening, my darklings, and thank you for tuning in this evening to spend a little time with us here in the Paranormal 60 newsroom, which looks like I'm outdoors. But if you just use that imagination of yours and we go into the theater of the mind this evening, let's just have a good time with it. Joining us right now, ladies and gentlemen, he's not here often, but when he is, he's deeply ingratiated in our hearts. The one, the only, Chachi. Good evening, sir.
Ingratiated.
I think
that's a beautiful way to start the show.
I like to think so. Yeah, man, it's good to have you back.
Man, it's so good to be here.
Yeah, you look good. I like the platinum blonde.
You like that?
Very nice.
Summertime look.
Is it? Yeah, I can see you've been out in the sun a lot because I can see your ruddy hue.
Wrinkles and ruddy hue. That's what I got in the sun this year.
Perfect. That was the name of my rap group in the 80s. Wrinkles and ruddy hue. Yeah. What are you drinking tonight, sir?
Well, I brought up a bottle of Glenlivet, but somehow the show hasn't started and it's already empty.
Is it in the glass? Did you pour it in the glass itself?
Some of it's still in the glass.
It's like a full glass. What are you talking about? Some of it's still in the glass.
We're gonna have some fun tonight, Dave. It's been a while. We missed last week, didn't we?
Yeah. We had kind of a dodgy week. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring in the fairer of all of the sexes on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the fairer.
Okay.
Fairer, she probably frown on that new word. Yeah, we don't use that one. Here she is, Sweet Tea.
Wow.
You know, look at you. You're platinum blonde too. Did you guys coordinate this?
Yeah, we had a sleepover. It's great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How come nobody's mentioning the silver fox I've got rolling here on the chin then, huh?
Because you've had
that was a different sleepover.
All right. What are you drinking tonight, Sweet Tea? What's on tap?
First off, Merry Christmas in July. I've got a gingerbread margarita, and it is a delightful. Thank you.
That sounds delicious.
It is. It's really nice.
Of Christmas in July. Next weekend, and that's at the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. I'll be there. John Zaffis is going to be there. Shane Pittman's going to be there. Aaron Sagers is going to be there. Brichelle is going to be there. So many other great speakers throughout the weekend, and there's going to be a charity bartending thing going on. I'll be one of the celebrity bartenders.
Oh no!
And yeah, we're going to be bucking for big tips, and all the tips are going to go to Daniel Klass and his family.
Oh, that's awesome.
His daughter.
Oh, that's cool.
Who is in the midst of a battle with cancer, and we know she's going to pull through. She's going to do great, but we're doing our best to try to help the Klass family. And so we'll be doing that. So I'm excited to be a part of the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. And if you'd like to be there, you can find information at darknessevents.com. I do have to make one other quick announcement. Hey, this Sunday on WCCO Radio is the return of the Paranormal 360, my Sunday night terrestrial radio show. You can tune in, and this week I've got Scott Walter. We're going to be talking about ancient aliens and the Freemasons. We're also going to be talking with psychic medium legend Echo Bodine, speaking with ghosts and ghost busting, trying to really understand what it takes to help exorcise a spirit that does not want to leave a home or a person, that's going to take place this Sunday, 7 to 9 p.m. Central. And wherever you're listening, you can tell your smart device to set an alarm just like this. Alexa, set an alarm to play WCCO Radio Sunday nights, 7 to 9 p.m. Central.
Jeez.
Yeah, you're welcome. Then
I get the mute button just in time. Oof.
That should just fire it off for you. And now you can connect and listen to WCCO or get the Odyssey app and find WCCO Radio and you can join me. So again, for those of you time constraint limited, it's 5 to 7 in the Pacific. It's 6 to 8 in the Mountain Zone. It is 7 to 9 here in the Central Time Zone. And for those of you on the East Coast, it is peaches to oranges. Yep, makes sense. Trust me, I've been there. We've got we got a lot of stories to share tonight, a lot of things, but I wanted to start off with an interesting celebrity story. Now, I'm really psyched about this story, and I've actually spoken to this gentleman. I was filling in one night on Coast to Coast Radio, and he called in and was a fan, likes the show, liked me. We had a great little back and forth and a conversation, and it was really kind of mind-altering to get a phone call, and that child celebrity is Johnny Whitaker. Johnny Whitaker.
Way.
Yeah, the beloved child actor from the 60s and 70s, starred in numerous family-friendly films and TV shows, including Family Affair, where he played the orphan Jody Davis. He worked alongside notable actors like Fred Gwynne and Jodie Foster. Despite his early success, though, it was his relationship with Brian Keith that he played in the TV show Family Affair with. He played Uncle Bill, and that relationship left a lasting impact on his life. Now, I'm a little surprised to hear them say that Brian Keith was, the person that left the most impactful message on his life when in fact he did work with Sigmund from Sigmund and the Sea Monsters, which I don't know. Not everybody grew up with the Croft super shows on Saturday morning. And for those people, my heart breaks because you missed out on some of the best entertainment ever developed by man. Yeah. So let's get back to it. Whitaker and Keith shared a very close bond, akin to that of an actual uncle and nephew. Their paths crossed several times after Family Affair ended, but it wasn't until 1997 that Whitaker reached out to Keith, who had been diagnosed with inoperable cancer. During this conversation, Keith, grieving the recent overdose death of his daughter, confided in Whitaker. Now, tragically, Brian Keith took his life just 2 days later. The tragic event led to a near-death experience for Whitaker. While driving on the freeway, distracted by a phone call from a news outlet, he almost collided with a semi-truck. Now, here's where it gets really interesting, because he was getting all these calls because everybody wanted quotes about the death of Brian Keith. And obviously they had lost Anissa Jones, who played Buffy in the old Family Affair TV show. And Buffy and Jody were very close. They played the twins on the show. And now Brian Keith's death. So they were reaching out to one of the surviving members, and it was crazy. Now, Brian Keith was also a stuntman, and he was a big burly guy, right? And he would, during the filming of Family Affair and through the years, he would talk to Johnny Whitaker about his work in stunts. And, he taught him some of the tips and hints of the trade. And this is where it gets kind of cool, right? So as he's driving and he gets this phone call from a news outlet, he almost collides with a semi-truck. And in that moment, out loud, he heard Brian Keith's voice instructing him to cover, duck, and roll, which is a stuntman's mantra. Whitaker followed the advice, miraculously surviving the crash with just minor injuries. Now, after the accident, a junkyard attendant expressed amazement that Whitaker had survived such a wreck, suggesting that someone must have been looking out for them. Whitaker believed it was Brian Keith's spirit that saved his life. Inspired by the supernatural encounter, Johnny Whitaker dedicated his life to helping others. As a recovering drug addict, he founded Peso por Peso, which is step by step, a 12-step support recovery program for the Latino community, and he did that in 2003. Whitaker's story is just a testament to the enduring bonds that were formed on set and the extraordinary ways in which they can manifest even beyond death. And I thought, boy, that was just a beautiful story. I wish he had told that story when we had him on Coast to Coast AM, but and very well could have. I can't remember because that was like 8 years ago. But it was so cool. And I did reach out to him, and I'm like, "Hey, Mr. Whitaker, Dave Schrader, you called into Coast to Coast when I was hiring," and he remembered every bit about the conversation, knew it,
Nice.
and he has told me that in the future he would like to make an appearance here on the Paranormal 60 because he played an angel in a movie with Fred Gwynn. He played with Sigmund and the Sea Monsters. He was in like 3 or 4 horror movies, and he's had some paranormal experiences. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to catch up with Johnny Whitaker and hear what he's been up
And
to.
here he is.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, no, he was
Oh.
not
Again?
available. Not tonight.
Doors are open, man. Let's go.
Yeah, we wish. Hey,
Mm.
there is something really exciting going to happen a little bit later on tonight. We have a brand new ParaTune, and this is exciting because we have the world exclusive on the release of this song from a major band, and one of those band members is going to join us on tonight's program to help introduce the song. So I'm excited about that. Stay tuned. That's going to come up a little bit later on in the program. What do you guys think of these? I think they call them crisis hauntings, like Johnny Whitaker was talking about, where in a moment of crisis, sometimes spirit voices or a voice calls out or somebody is pushed out of the way, and when they turn to look, there's nobody there. What do you make of these type of things? Now, would you put this in an angelic intervention?
I've never heard the term what was it, crisis haunting? I've never heard that, but it makes perfect sense. You've got loved ones on the other side that are always times non-existent for them. They're gonna be looking out. They know what's gonna happen. They're gonna make sure that things are okay. If it wasn't meant to be, you're gonna make sure they know what to do. I don't necessarily think it's angelic. Could be, but maybe we're just interpreting it that way. I think, of course, our loved ones are gonna take care of us on the other side. Sure.
If you don't know, Sweet Tea, you could just tell us you don't know.
No,
I
it's
was like,
fine. I
where's
know
that
it
sweet tea
hasn't.
been? That is a level of insight we have not seen from her on this show.
I know,
What?
pretty amazing. You should check out her own
Shut
show,
up.
Monsters Lounge,
Does
every
she talk like
Tuesday
that on
night.
that show too?
No.
Oh, she
Don't.
save it for this show.
I mean, no, she's great. She is. Check it out,
Fantastic.
Monsters Lounge. You can talk with her and Jenny Slater as they discuss the strange monsters and creatures and
Jenny who?
bizarre things. Jenny Monroe
Oh, that's
and
not nice.
Tressa Slater. What did I say? Did I say Jenny Slater
Yes, you
and
did.
Tressa Monroe? Does it matter? You're interchangeable.
Nope. We
Yep,
really
blonde.
are.
Blonde and brunette Barbie. That's all everybody ever calls you when they talk to me about you guys.
Well, that's weird.
They don't. Yeah, by everybody, I mean just Chachi.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
What is this Mr. Chachi nonsense? What's his name tag? Why are you getting
No,
all Mr. Miyagi on me?
So here's the problem, Dave, right?
Here's the problem.
I love doing my hashtag shirts.
Yeah, you do.
Those
You can tell
hashtag
by the
shirts
shirt you're wearing.
take a lot of time.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Really?
And I was just looking through our last show, and
Mhm.
we had an enormous list of potential hashtags.
Mhm.
Usually we have 1 or 2. We had 8 on the last show.
Enormous.
Enormous.
Okay.
Sweet toots, which was one of them. And so I'm sitting here and thinking to myself, I didn't have time to do a shirt. So what can I do? And so I came bare-chested, prepared for the show. Oh yeah,
Okay.
I'm not wearing anything under this shirt, Dave.
That's true.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is
And
a family
so
program.
I thought maybe
Mhm.
instead of having something on my shirt,
Right.
tonight I would be more
Mm-mm.
engaged in the show and
Mm-mm.
actually give feedback and insight, much like Sweet Tea just did. So instead of doing the hashtag tonight, I'm going to participate.
What?
Interesting.
What?
Interesting. That doesn't answer about the Mr. Chachi part.
No.
Oh,
Not
did
at
you ask
all.
me a question?
Yeah, you're really
I
you're
apologize.
really participating well so far.
I was
You're
looking
really
in
good
the
at
comments
this.
as I've done a couple times or two.
You
And
do that?
someone mentioned Eagle Rare. So I just placed an order with my Uber driver to bring me some Eagle Rare up here, Dave.
By your Uber driver. Do you mean the Colonel? Is he on his way over?
The Colonel is on another assignment. I don't know if you knew that or not.
No,
he is
I did
deployed
not.
again. Yes, he is out with FEMA helping in Kentucky.
Excellent. Well, I mean, it's not excellent because that means there's been a tragedy there and he had to go out and help sort it. But it's good to know the Colonel is out there somewhere, like the Lone Ranger. Grace drops a $2 donation on us this evening. And not to be outdone, Deb from SAC dropped $5 and says, Dave, make Mr. Chachi take off his shirt.
Do it.
$5.
No.
It'll take a lot less than $5.
No.
Dave.
Oh, not tonight. It won't. Nope.
Deb, you hang in. It's early in the show. But
let's speaking of back to the show, Sweet Tea, you've got a story along with that platinum blonde hairdo. Let's hear about it. What have we got coming up?
Let's hear it. Hey, teen spot Bigfoot-like creature with glowing eyes at U.S. forest, calls cops. What did I just see? A group of teenagers who were camping in a forest in the U.S. Louisiana must have asked themselves this question after an alleged sighting of a Bigfoot-like creature with glowing eyes terrified them and caused panic. The group of high school graduates were camping in the Chachi National Forest about 100 miles northwest of Baton Rouge when reported the frightening encounter last week, a police statement said. After the teenagers, aged between 17 and 18, set up their camps, one member called 911, scared, and requested assistance because they reportedly heard a growl and saw that appeared to be an animal that had glowing eyes and stood about 5 feet tall, the statement added. The incident happened at around 9:20 p.m. on June 28th.
Have a drink.
Thank you.
Okay. 2 police officers were assigned to the call, and they responded to the scene. Then they walked towards the teenagers' campsite, watchful of any Bigfoot sightings. At this point, the group whistled, and the officers heard it. Following the whistle, when the officers located the teenagers, they were unharmed. The police then successfully escorted the group out of the forest after being unable to locate any suspicious activity involving a growl with glowing eyes and standing 5 feet tall. The officers then congratulated the teenagers and thanked them for visiting the national forest before wishing them good luck in your future. According to the New York Post, this is not the first Bigfoot sighting in the Chachi National Forest. In 2019, 2 self-proclaimed Bigfoot researchers claimed that they had visual and audio evidence of the cryptid's existence in the dense 600,000.
I haven't swallowed the first one yet. Jeez,
Get to work, Chachi. Furthermore, in October last year, a man and his wife on a romantic getaway recorded a video of a creature claimed to be a Bigfoot walking around in Colorado. Back to you, Dave.
I have a quick question. A 5 foot tall Bigfoot?
Maybe it's a youngster. I don't know.
Is it like a little Bigfoot? I don't know what the proper term is.
You know what? We were just talking about Bigfoot that were 3 feet tall yesterday on Monsters Lounge, a podcast I do on Tuesdays. But yeah, they have Bigfoot that are not so big.
So their feet can still be large,
Who
but
knows?
their stature can be short.
Yes. We're talking about their feet.
If only we had another expert we could lean on for these kind of stories.
Oh!
Wow, the paranormal detective Greg Lawson shows up like a genie when I bring up looking for an expert.
And he's outside an elementary school.
We're going to play dodgeball right after.
Stay 50 feet away.
Wow.
Greg, welcome to the program. I'm glad you could join us tonight.
Well, thanks, buddy. I don't know if you can see the perspiration on my forehead, but I've been working really hard trying to get this thing. Right before I walked out, took the dog for a walk, and I hit, you hit
the dog?
reboot my computer, and it did updates.
You should do that in the.
Oh, hi. Everything going good?
It's great. It's better now that you're here.
Hey,
because We missed you, Greg. It's good to have you. Look, even Chachi, this guy made it tonight. Can you believe it?
I didn't think he was going to be here. I know he's got some tile work or something. That
he and Sweet Tea had a sleepover and we're doing each other's hair. You can see they're both platinum blondes now.
Wow.
Yeah.
And your hair, Greg, is getting very long. Retirement is treating you well. Holy smokes.
Hey, business up front, party in the back.
You noticed that, huh?
I'm doing the whole mullet thing.
He's got a motorcycle now, so he needs to have something that can blow free in the wind.
Yeah, he's gonna put his joint somewhere.
I came back home the other day and I have curls like I've never seen before. It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's good to see.
Yeah. I do too. Mine just shoot out of my nose and ears now. They're not aging sucks. Speaking of sucks, let's get to the story we've all been waiting for. It was the first story of the night, but that guy didn't show up until now. So, Greg, have you got a story for us?
I bet I do. I sure do.
I can't wait.
It's a great story. Hold on. I got to do it.
Okay, hold on. Let me find it.
Did you hear me read the story that I read out loud 5 times and still totally biffed it? I can't wait to hear you tell it. I can't wait to hear you read your story.
Did you see all the great things people said about you, though, Sweet Tea? They were like, you were, you sounded sexy. You sounded like you were coming over the school speaker system doing morning announcements.
High praise. Thank you.
Wow. There's nothing better than a sexy voice coming over the school speaker system.
Somebody said Sweet Tea should be called Sexy Tea.
Nobody said that.
Yeah,
attitude tea, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say that.
So, extraordinary Harvard study claims aliens.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Could be living underground on Earth. Look at those guys underground. Look at them.
Is that an actual photo?
It is.
It is a photo.
Wow.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
That is a photo.
Huh.
A groundbreaking study from Harvard University has proposed a proactive hypothesis. Yeah, aliens may already be living amongst us, potentially hidden in underground civilizations, or even walking amongst humans disguised as ordinary people.
What?
This controversial research has stirred both excitement and skepticism within the scientific community. A paper titled Cryptoterrestrial Hypothesis, a case for scientific openness to a concealed earthly explanation of unidentified anomalous phenomena. Bam!
You got to come in late more often, dude. You're on fire, lady.
This is so good.
Unbelievable.
Thanks, old buddy. Yeah, and was authored by researchers from Harvard's Human Flourishing Program, along with colleagues from the Montana Technological University. It explores the possibilities that some UFO sightings and unexplained phenomena might be linked to advanced alien civilizations residing on Earth or its immediate environments. It says environs, but I figured I'd clarify that for the audience.
Thank you.
Such as the moon.
Oh.
The study outlines 4 primary hypotheses under the cryptoterrestrial theory. 1, temporal or extraterrestrial visitors. Aliens might have arrived at different time periods on the planet and have since been living covertly on Earth. Or 2, separate evolution. An intelligent species could have evolved independently from humans, perhaps from a lineage of intelligent dinosaurs, and or hiding underground or in other secluded locations. 3, ancient remnants, survivors of a once advanced civilization, possibly destroyed by natural disasters like floods, kind of like the Bible thing, or could be living on Earth in hidden areas. Or 4, supernatural entities, creatures resembling mythical beings such as fairies or elves. Fairies or elves?
Yeah.
Great.
Which could be of supernatural origin, might exist alongside us in ways we do not yet understand. The authors acknowledge that their theories will likely face significant scrutiny They suggested that aliens or
weird.
other intelligence beings could be living amongst us and challenge conventional scientific views and touches on themes more commonly associated with science fiction. Back to you, Dave.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we just take a moment to acknowledge that Greg Lawson came late. but
Oh my
came
God.
prepared, and he knocked out an entire story with nary a flub.
You
Much
know,
better than I did.
honestly, Dave, when I have to practice or, get ready for something, it doesn't seem to work out quite right. But boy, you throw me in the grease, man. Boom. French fries.
Throw you in the grease.
What?
Shiny
What are
French
you
fries.
saying?
I'm very.
That's too much for a shirt, but I like that.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. We have just witnessed a transformation.
Uh-huh.
Sexy Sweet Tea has become Greg, and Greg has become Sexy Sweet Tea.
I wish.
Thank you.
Oh, I wish. That would be great.
Oh,
crazy.
that's weird.
That's bonkers. Let's just take a quick break. When we come back, a brand new ParaTunes and a special guest to announce it. Stay tuned. That comes up next, right here on the very best in paranormal programming. This, whether you like it or not, is the Paranormal 60 News. Oh, my little darklings. Theater of the Mind, Tales from the Darkness is out, and it's available right now. And I would love for you to pick up a copy of my brand new book. You can get it on Amazon wherever you live in this great, big, wonderful world of ours. Or if you'd like to get an autographed copy and you live here in the United States, go to paranormal60.com. We have the standard copy, non-autographed, just $20. Signed copy, only $30. And not only do we have this book, but we have my other book, The Other Side. And right now I'm running a special. If you pick up both books, you can get both books for $40, both signed. Both will be shipped in one package for one price. So go check out all the information at paranormal60.com. The Other Side, a teen's guide to ghost hunting and the paranormal, which is a guide on ghost hunting and the paranormal. Or you can get Theater of the Mind, Tales from the Darkness, real life encounters with the supernatural. And not only are they some of my all-time favorite stories from you, but there's a few of my favorite stories that have happened to me in the book as well. So go check it out, paranormal60.com, to order your copies, or you can buy copies wherever you are in the world that are unsigned at amazon.com. And I'll ask you this. Many of you have supported me in buying this book already. If you could just take 30 seconds to rate and review this book on Goodreads or on amazon.com, I would greatly appreciate it, because the more we get of good ratings and reviews, the more they expose this book to a wider, bigger audience. So I would appreciate that as a personal favor to me, your pal, Dave Schrader. Hey, that's me, your pal, Dave Schrader.
Yay.
All right. This is an exciting night, because most times we just have great listeners around the world that have recorded music and sent in a video to us and asked us to play it, and that's about as close as they want to get to us. But tonight, we have a special guest joining us, especially for this segment.
It's time now for ParaTunes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us next is a founding member of Fiction 6 and Kick the Wicked, songwriter, vocalist, guitarist, and inductee into the NASA Space Technology Hall of Fame.
Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from the great state of someplace that's not Texas, Illinois, or Minnesota, Mark Lanu. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Mark.
I feel like you need the center stage. We're going to put you for the center square to block. Mark,
yeah, well,
I
I couldn't come on here without bringing a drink this time. So
No.
I do have a White Russian. It's not as cool as what Sweet Tea has, but
It
and
looks
the
like
empty
just
bottle
milk.
that
I'm
Chachi
going to be
has,
honest.
Looks like
Yeah.
ice cold bubbly milk.
Yeah.
Well, with little tiny bit of vodka and some Kahlua, So, and I
For
will
the
also
ultraviolets?
I will also say that I do have the book, and I did rate it.
Nice.
That's that one that sold.
Yeah. Hey, Dave, and I noticed that you were being really humble there. You only had 4 stars filled in on that part there, not the 5. So good for you being humble about it there. So.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I wanted to, you know, I like to keep my ego in check.
Don't we all, right?
Yeah. Well, Mark, this is exciting. You've got a new album coming out. You've got
yes, that's right.
Amazing music, and this album has some paranormal or supernatural elements to it. Can you tell us a little bit about the inspiration for this album?
Sure. So when I was really young, it was I had a lot more events back in my youth, but I was very sensitive to spirit. We've talked about that one time before. So I tend to also write songs in that area because, you know, it's just something, it's a way for me to express that within the music. You know, so the latest ones that I've written, there's two right now that are really in that field of paranormal. One is called Eternal, which was just released today, actually. And it's doing really well. People are really digging it. But it's about the afterlife. It's about those that come back to you. And you know that old statement they say that in time it gets easier. Well, that's BS, right? So I mean, right. you just learn to be a little bit more numb about it, but it never really goes away. And when they come back and they come through, they're always in your heart. They're always in your mind. You know, it's that kind of, you know, lost love, that kind of stuff. So that's what Eternal's about. The one that you have on here tonight, that one is more about leading them into the light, because anybody who's involved in the paranormal, who's a sensitive or medium, they want to help the spirits that need help. And the whole idea is to move them and help them into the light. And that's what this song is about that you're going to play tonight. It's about that part of it. It's about moving those spirits that are lost into the light. So that's what that's about.
Now, after the show, I'm going to get the link from you, if you have one, so I can share it on the program guide so people can go pre-order the music and keep up with what you're doing. Would you help me out with that?
Absolutely.
Excellent. All right. Well, let us come back all together in this format, and then I'm going to try some jicky jacking around here to see if I can get us set up. Term. Yeah, jicky jacking. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
There's a new one.
This is the debut of Kick the Wicked Into the Light, the Paranormal 60 premiere right here.
Centuries of open doors. The darkness falls around me as they fill up the road. Come on now to me, take me to the light. Don't you pass through me, this I cannot deny. Come on through, to the other side. The door's wide open, leading me on energy. Come down from around me, protected by celestial light. The darkness now compels me to move you on. Come on now to me, take me to the light. Felt you pass through me, this I cannot deny. Come on through to the other side. Yeah. I can feel you all around me. One dark can feel it surrounds me. It surrounds me. I can feel you in the dark. Let the light shine. I can feel you. Move on now. Let me guide you through the light. I feel you in the dead of the night. Now follow the path to the light. It's time to find your way.
You should unmute your mic, Dave.
No,
I remember my first time on the show.
I was yelling at my kids. They were carrying out the dead body. Hey, Mark, congratulations. What a great song. Fantastic. Your band and you sound amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, very
Mark-
post-Sabbath Ozzy. Very into it. It's great.
Right up our alley. Mark, are you in a number of bands? Because you're with Fiction 6, right?
Yes, that's right.
And
Yeah,
the Kick the Wicked. And I remember looking you up after, I think, the last show. And I think you had done a song with a band. The song I saw was Eleanor Rigby. But I think it was a different band you were in.
Yeah, well, so sometimes I do guest appearances. So that was a guest appearance. An individual asked me if I would sing a version of Eleanor Rigby. So they
Was his
just
name
sent me the
McCartney?
music. Yeah, they just sent me the music, and I just came up with how to. Because I was listening to the original, you know, he was very English, McCartney back then, Eleanor Rigby, you know what I mean? So I had to go back and say, no, not going to do it that way. It's a great song, but I'm gonna remove the streetwise English out of it and do it a little bit differently. So that's where that one came from. But I've done stuff in the past too, like some guest appearances on, like, there was Liberty and Justice, had a bunch of rock stars from the 80s and stuff, and some 90s rock stars. TNT singer Tony Harnell was on one of them. So I've done a lot of those too. So that's why you see a lot of that.
Oh, very cool.
Very cool, Mark. Well, thank you for allowing the Paranormal 60 to debut that song. We wish you a lot of success. What is the name of the new album?
Well, the new album, we're actually working on the name right now. We have several singles that are coming out. We're going to be entering those into the Grammys this year. We're also going to be going after another award, hopefully this year, but this is the one we got this year. This was for Firefly, and it was the World Entertainment Awards Best Rock Song this year. So we hope to get some more of that gold over there to put next to the other trophies, so that later on when I'm older, we can put them on eBay and maybe get something out of it.
Let me start the bidding. That's awesome. All right, will there be a tour, Mark?
Well, it's funny that we don't do a lot of live stuff anymore because, there's life, right? Family. I just finished all the classes for my PhD. So now I'm doing my comps and going into the dissertation part of the research. So a lot of that's going on. So there's really no time. And plus it's a different world now. A lot of them is like festivals, and you have to be like really well known, and then they have to really put the money up front for you to be able to do that. And when you're a band that's in separate states, you kind of have to come together, and they have to have enough money for you to practice a couple days before you go on stage. My last gig, it was 50,000 people. That was Rocklahoma back in the day. It was pretty cool because we had Triumph reunited for that. We had, I remember right before we got on stage, what was that? Cult of Personality, Living Color. They were playing right before us. There was a bunch of bands there. It was pretty cool. So I like those festivals because you get to run into all kinds of different, bands and genres and stuff. So
I think Rocklahoma
Very
is
cool.
coming up again this fall, isn't it? Don't they do that yearly in Oklahoma, right?
Yeah, it's Pryor, Oklahoma, and
Way you
so-
figured that out is amazing.
I'm in the industry, Dave. Okay, let Mark and I talk.
Oklahoma. That's in Oklahoma, I think.
Yeah, it's in Oklahoma.
Pryor,
Impressed.
go ahead, Mark.
That's awesome.
You can't put anything past my crack team of investigators here. They figure it out like that.
If you're looking for a name for the album, Chachi is available.
There you go. I'll make sure that I get you a nice stencil for "Kick the Wicked." You know, right here. Yeah.
I'm
Hashtag.
making a note of that right now.
How about kick the Chachi?
Ooh, good.
Yeah,
There you
hashtag
go.
Kick the
Might be
Chachi.
onto something. T-shirts.
Or I'm on something. One of those two things.
Mm.
Mark, thank you for stopping by. Thank you again for allowing us to play the song and being a part of the show, and for being a great follower and friend of the program as well. We appreciate it.
I appreciate it. And I just want to give a shout out to my bandmates Scott Campbell and Rory Fashion because they kicked butt on that tune. So
Yeah, the whole band is amazing. That was
Yeah.
a great cut. So thanks again for being here, and give our best to the rest of the band.
thanks. It's nice to see you.
Thank
Good
you, my
luck.
friend. Yeah. Wow, that was amazing. I don't like this one bit. There we go. That's a little bit better.
Hey,
Yeah. So that was amazing. What a great tune, huh?
Yeah, it reminds me of my time in the military. You know, this one time I was,
I don't think the Girl
was
Scouts
that
is
in
considered
Oklahoma?
military. Yeah. Yes,
I was just referencing this.
oh, I see. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they've switched.
speaking of,
Look at Sexy T now.
Come on, yeah. Come on.
hey, you know, I have to say, even though I showed up a little late, man,
Mhm.
Eric is
You
looking
did?
more and more like Roy Batty from Blade Runner.
Oh, I see it.
Little Rucker Hauer going on there.
I like Rutger Hauer.
Yeah, he's great.
Look at that. Look at him, Roy Batty. Huh?
Thanks for elevating the nerd level exponentially. That
I
was
love when you
great.
guys talk about stuff I don't know.
Me too. It's the best.
Blade Runner, it's a big ad commercial for razors, I think.
Oh,
I think.
Chick.
Yeah. Oh, Schick.
Shit.
Yeah, thick is the pens, right?
Yeah, big pen.
Funny
Shit
story.
Company.
I was in California in
That is funny.
Wow.
Oh, was there more?
California? Were you at
so I was in California, Chachi, and
Yeah.
it was about 86, and I was there with friends, and Dick Clare, who was one of the creators of the Carol Burnett show and one of the head writers, he was doing a special with Carol Burnett, and the show was called An Evening with Carol, Carl, Whoopi, and Robin. And it was Whoopi Goldberg, Robin Williams, and Carl Reiner. Yeah. And we're sitting in the audience. My buddy had done a graphic tee of that caricature of Carol Burnett leaning on the mop.
Yep.
And you know how she lets the audience ask questions? So I raised my hand and she goes, yes. And I said, I have a t-shirt I'd like to give you. And she's, well, bring it on up here. So I got to bring her. She gives me a huge hug on stage. And while she's hugging me, she says, come to the end of the stage after the show. So I figured I'm going to get like an autographed picture or something. We got invited to the CBS party after the show. So we get to go backstage. That's why if you've ever followed my social media, you'll see there's a picture of me and Carol Burnett, and there's a picture of me and Robin Williams. Well, as I'm standing in line at the buffet, there's this Greek god standing in front of me in a leather jacket. This dude looks like he's carved out of marble and long blonde hair. And he turns profile, and it was Rutger Hauer.
Oh, damn.
And his movie, The Hitcher, had just come out.
Oh, it's huge.
And I go, excuse me, Mr. Hauer. And he just kind of,
Gives you the Rutger look.
right. And I'm like, I go, hey, I work at a movie theater in Illinois, and I'm an usher. And I just saw The Hitcher about 20 times, dude. You scared the living hell out of me. And he got this big smile on his face. So he starts talking to me as we go through the line. We get done with the buffet and we're walking, and there's this huge table with Carol Burnett, Robin Williams, Carl Reiner, all these other celebrities. And he pulls up at it and sets his plate down, and then he goes, will you join us? And there's a seat next to him. And I go, sure. So I sit down next to Rutger Hauer, and we're breaking bread. He goes, "This is my date, Whoopi Goldberg," and she's sitting across, so she shakes my hand. Robin Williams is next to her. Dude, it was the most insane night of my young life.
You were what, 20?
18. Yeah, I was 18, 19, right in that vein. So it was really a cool night. But Rutger Hauer, dude, and he was terrifying in person too when he shot that glare. But then as soon as he realized that I was a fan and being respectful of him, big smile, just a great guy, sweetheart.
That's the first movie I ever saw of his. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Great.
You didn't
Oh,
see
the first
Lady
one.
Hawk? Lady
I
Hawk?
did not. No,
Oh.
I was too young.
Shut up. Let's bring them back in now. I think they're
Gosh,
yes.
the show gets so good. Oh, hey guys.
Hey, Greg and Sexy T are back with us. It's good to see you guys here.
I do.
How
I
dare
have
you
a
talk about
question
Carol Burnett
for you.
without me.
That was a pretty cool story.
Thank you. I appreciate you appreciating me.
I
It's
thought
always
you
great
were
when we bring listeners on, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah.
when Chachi said, "What happened?" When Chachi said, "How old were you?" I thought you were going to say like 38 or something. And I was like, I didn't know. But
no. Yes.
I do have a question about that. What did he get in the buffet?
Crab legs and some kind of like roast beef sandwich.
Oh, that's a lot of protein.
Yeah.
You got it.
So
He was trying to
you got
bulk
to eat
up.
crab legs when they're free. You have to eat crab legs.
Yes, obviously.
No.
Yes.
Gotta
And they
bulk
were
up.
like these giant, menacing, like celebrity crab legs that are like the size of my arm. And
Oh.
A
yeah,
lot of meat there. A lot of meat.
bonkers. It was truly one of the coolest nights. Here's my biggest regret of my life ever
Oh no.
is while we're
man.
sitting there talking, and I'm like one away from Carl Reiner, who stops by to say hello to me.
Shut up.
It's bonkers. I made a joke and Robin Williams laughed. For the life of me, I cannot remember what I said.
You didn't say nanu nanu or something like that, did you?
No, it wasn't even to him.
Okay,
I
all
just like slung something out of my ass, you know, acerbic tongue out of my ass. Out of my acerbic tongue is what I was trying to say. And he left. So it's just a brilliant moment. I had such a great
Oh
time.
God, that's
God,
amazing.
how great would it be to sit down with Carol Burnett and just listen to her stories? Man?
Thank you.
It was.
Burnett and
It was
Williams
amazing.
together. Good
Yeah.
Lord.
Come on.
Yeah. And it was
Look
such
at-
a bonkers show because I got to sit in the dress rehearsal, and then there was an hour break, and then I got back in because we knew Dick Clare. We got to come back in for the actual taping. They tape both, but during the dress rehearsal, there was this funeral scene that was really funny. But Robin Williams said, "Could we try it one more time?" And Carol Burnett came out and she's like, "Here we go. Robin wants to do this one more time." And he improvised the entire thing and kept just destroying them. They ended up using that in the episode that
Of
aired,
course.
and they ended up winning an Emmy for that sketch.
Yeah.
It was pretty neat. But
Hey, you know, as you were telling that story, I thought to myself, there are so many great stories that you
Uh-huh.
have that
Mhm.
say, I was at the buffet.
well,
Like so many people have, like, you know, I was at the bar, I was at this, I was at Dave's stories are, I was at the buffet.
because I've always said the paranormal is the great evener. It's the great playing field evener. We're all,
Equalizer.
but I think the great equalizer is a buffet.
Buffet. Yeah.
Who doesn't like a good
100%.
buffet?
One of my favorite stories of all time, Dave, and I'm going to let you tell it
Okay.
because it's your story. But
Mhm.
Dave and I had just left a buffet
Mhm.
in Vegas. It's a true story. And somebody walked up to you. We were with your dad and your son, you and I, and a gentleman walks up and says, "Excuse me,
And served you papers.
are you Dave Schrader from the Holzer Files?"
And
Do you
I
remember
said,
that,
"Why,
Dave?
yes, John Travolta, I am."
That's right. And so Travolta hands me the phone and says, "Will you take a picture of us?"
Yep.
And I'm like,
Let me
I am
just real quick. I'm getting the camera open. Just hold on. I got to get the camera open.
Right,
He's
right.
scrolling. He's looking for Travolta grease pictures, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
Oh, that was
Uh-huh.
good. That was like a Robin Williams joke. That was good.
Thank you.
Well thought out.
Mhm.
So, of course, I take the picture with Travolta's camera, and Dave turns around and looks at me. He's like, "Can you believe that just happened?" And he looks at me and he's like, "I'm here with my dad and my son, and Travolta just asked for a picture with me." So he turns to his dad and his son, and his dad and his son's back are to us. They don't see any of it. Any of it. So Dave walks up, and of course, we don't have the picture. Travolta has the picture.
Ah,
So we turn around, and Dave's like, hey, you guys, this is what just happened. Da, da, da. Eric, right? And I'm like, I'm sorry, what just happened? And poor Dave, he was so excited to tell his dad and his son Travolta wanted a picture with him.
You
And
wouldn't
I
even
just
back
spit it
him
off
up.
like, no, I didn't back him up. And there's no photos to prove it.
That checks out.
Somewhere. I'm
At the
willing to
buffet.
bet that somewhere on his private jet, he's got a little picture of me and him.
Above
tucked
the
in.
yeah.
bathroom, probably in the
Yeah.
little toilet.
Yeah.
Why the bathroom, Greg? Why?
It's convenient.
Why do you have magazines in there?
I
Just
don't.
Something to look at. Something to look at.
I keep a good book with me,
Ah, here we
so
go.
that I've always got something to read while I'm sitting down.
Boy,
Yeah,
Theater of the buffet.
yeah. Theater. Maybe that should be my
Buffet of the mind.
Buffet of the mind. That's
Yeah, that was crazy. Good times.
Listen, Dave,
Not as good as the time we had Mark Lanou, the lead singer of Kick the Wicked, show up on our show and bring a song
Look at
with
this.
him.
It's amazing.
I won't let him out of the green room. I've locked that ass. I put the chain on there. He's stuck here.
I'm
by the
My
way,
name's
Mark-
on there, right? It's not, it's not one of the others here. Oh,
No.
another one's changed. Yeah, we got Krabby Tea. All right.
Yeah, Krabby Tea and Sexy Tea on there. Yeah.
it's accurate.
All right, Mark, we'll let you go back to day drinking. Let's get back to it. We've got a couple more stories to share here, and I feel like we should really even this up just a little bit.
Let's
Hang
even
on.
it up.
Yeah, here we go. Ready?
Yep.
Boom. Mr. T, Krabby T, and Sexy T, all in attendance for tonight's show. All right. Chach,
I don't even know how to
you've
change
got
my
a
own name.
story.
So.
You've got
I
a
do.
story, and we've waited 52 minutes in. If you're not
Mm.
a little lit by now, son, I don't know when you're gonna be lit. Oh, he got a whole new bottle.
I got a whole new
Oh,
bottle.
DoorDash.
Eagle Rare 10 year. Okay, we're gonna pour a little of this.
He's drinking Eagle Rare on the show. You're
This
No.
show is
Oh,
that
yes.
that good, Sexy Tea.
Yeah. When I break out John Travolta and Robin Williams and Rutger Hauer stories, he starts drinking the good stuff.
Listen.
Mm.
Mm.
Hey, I don't have much to drink, so make it good. And by that, I mean, do your
Make
best.
it bad.
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you.
I don't think you ever have to prompt Mr. T here to
I know, but I just like to
mumble
cheer
his
him
way
on.
through a news story. We're good. All right,
Mhm.
lock in. Everybody get your drinks
Ready?
handy.
Everybody get you. I have pre-read the show. No. I pre-read the song.
Song.
I pre-read the story.
Wow, you didn't even start, and we already
Hey,
got
Mark,
a drink.
Mark, can I just send the
Hey,
story
no,
over to you?
Mark,
and have you
no.
read it?
Don't
I
embarrass
think
me.
I sent him the song ahead of time, so he was checking it out, I think.
Yeah, I read the song, the story. I read the storm.
Well, it is a lyric video, so.
It is.
Don't embarrass me in front of my industry friends, Dave. Come on.
Sorry, Mark. I have to send you
We'll come
back
back
into
to you,
the
Mark.
abyss while Mr. T reads the next story. Okay, Chachi, you're on. Okay.
But first,
Yes.
Oh no.
if you don't mind,
Okay.
31 minutes ago, I had
Mhm.
something I wanted to say.
wow.
Not that I've held it back or,
No,
thought
not
about
you.
it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
But Jeff Morris, one of our avid listeners,
Yes.
asked us at 9:23 p.m. Can I get a happy birthday shout out from the best paranormal group out there? I turned 49 today.
I'm
Oh.
sorry. Ghost Adventures isn't here.
Oh.
Mm.
That's
How about
weird.
those kids that do that stuff?
Oh,
What's their names?
on the thing.
Those.
They're not here.
They here?
either.
They're
No.
not here either.
No. So what's his name?
Jeff Morris.
Jeff Morris, big friend of the show. Jeff, we would like to welcome you on your birthday here to our show, and we want to thank you for being part of the program with us, Jeff Morris. Happy birthday, Jeff Morris.
Happy birthday, buddy.
HBDJ.
Wow.
Jeff, not only am I going to do a happy birthday
Oh, here we go.
and have a drink,
Okay.
this story,
Okay.
I was going to say song, It's Mark's fault.
Yes, you were.
This story is dedicated to Jeff on his birthday.
Okay.
Okay. You ready?
I don't know.
Let's just
Let's see.
Hey, you know what? I got an idea.
Oh no.
Can you do it without your glasses?
No, I'm going to change glasses.
Oh, you're gonna get the bottles. All right.
Woo! Here we go.
All right, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
hope everybody has their drinks ready.
Uh-huh.
Mark, get that sweet tea you have. Archaeologists uncover a city of the dead in Egypt,
Uh-huh.
packed with hundreds of tomes.
What?
The tombs. The word is tombs. Good God, son of a biscuit.
Tombs. Wouldn't that be like T-U-M-S?
No, that would be
Oh,
tums.
sweetie.
Yeah, this isn't good. You're
I'm
you want
glad
to
you
just
have
move your lips
glasses.
and you just want to move your lips and Daddy Dave will read.
There are 6 paragraphs
Oh,
with an average of four sentences per paragraph.
that's true. That's it.
Uh-huh.
It's going to take about 35 minutes.
Does Dave
Sure.
Glass
actually
is
hate
more
you?
than half empty. So
No
Yes.
more milk for you.
Mark, right to the
No
fridge. Here we go.
A little
does
ultraviolet.
the body good, right?
All right.
Little ultraviolet. How's
Yeah.
that? You ready? A little Stanley Kubrick. Here we go. Archaeologists have recently uncovered a remarkable city of the dead in Aswan, Egypt, revealing over 300 ancient tombs, as Dave calls them, filled with mummies and artifacts.
Uh-huh.
This excavation has provided new insights into the lives and deaths of the people who lived in this area thousands of years ago. Located near the modern museum of
The modern mausoleum. Let me help you.
yeah, located near the modern mausoleum of Shaka Khan, is an necropolis.
Aga Khan the third.
That is a grandfather to Shaka Khan.
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
This necropolis, which I think is illegal in some states, spans approximately 270,000 square feet and contains tombs that ascend, which means goes up, 10 terraces on a hillside. The site dates back to around 4,500 years ago, and the tombs were used for nearly 900 years, covering periods from the 9th century to from the 6th century. A 6 is an upside down 9. You can't blame me for that one.
You're so close. Yeah.
It covers the periods from the 6th century BC,
Uh-huh.
which for those uninitiated into the good book is before Christ,
Oh,
to
thank you.
the 9th century AD, which is after David.
Oh,
The
okay.
tombs were found to contain a range of remains with a significant number belonging to infants. Oh, that's sad. And adolescents, suggesting high mortality rates from infectious diseases and other health issues like anemia, tuberculosis, and COVID-19. Those findings were
I don't
offer a
think
glimpse
that's
into the
right.
heart. I'm pretty sure it is. These
That's
findings
right.
offer a glimpse into the harsh realities faced by the ancient inhabitants of Shaka Khan.
I don't
Among
think
the
that's right
fascinating
either.
discoveries were colorful cartoonage, masks, clay and stone figurines, wooden coffins, and offering tables, also known as massage tables. One particularly
I don't know if
poignant
that's right.
find, I'm pretty sure it was a stone coffin containing the remains of a woman and a child, believed to be mother and child who were buried together. The city of Shaka Khan, once known as Swinet Gemet, was a significant trade hub and military post along the Nile River. It was a melting pot of various cultures, much like the Egyptians, Nubians, and Greeks, reflecting its strategic importance as a border town and trade gateway. You wouldn't get away to a trade town. It's a gateway. Guys, I've done so good. There's only one paragraph
You've
left.
done great.
You've questioned some of my reading, but it's all true.
Not at
No.
all.
Some
No.
of it is though. No, some
No,
of it is.
you're doing great.
I'm
is what I'm
questioning that you're even reading. I think you're just winging
was
it, to
this-
be honest
Was
with you.
the stone coffin, the female there, was that the mommy of Chaka Khan?
See, he understood. Why can't the rest
Or?
of you?
Yeah, okay. I get
The
where you're
rat-
going.
You're invited back next week, Mark.
It's the wrath of
We'll see you
Khan.
then.
All right. This ongoing excavation. Put that thing up again, Dave. It helps people understand what I'm saying. The picture.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, not of
mhm.
me. The picture
Yeah.
of the mummies.
Okay.
The ongoing excavation not only sheds light on the funerary practices and health issues of ancient Egyptians, but also helps to piece together the historical significance of Shaka Khan as a vibrant and diverse center of ancient civilization. The researchers
That's right.
continue to study the site, hoping to uncover even more about the lives of people who once thrived prior to the album Shaka Khan.
Are you saying Wrath of Khan, or what are you saying?
See, that's the difference, right? I'm music, Shaka Khan. You're
Oh.
pop culture, which is the other Khan.
No,
Or sci-fi.
Ziggy. Ziggy.
I
helped
think
me out.
you're pretending to read is the biggest con of all, though. If I'm
No.
Wow.
English.
Get wrecked.
English.
Listen.
Huh?
Tricky
Mhm.
language.
Mark and I are in the same PhD classes, okay?
The same what?
I don't think so.
That's not how Elmer spells FUD. You do know that, right?
It's not how Elmer spells FUD.
PhD. I'll help you with the hard parts later on. Let's get into the next story. We've got another ancient story. There's an ancient relic that has been uncovered.
Love me some ancient relics.
Who doesn't, right? Ancient relic believed to be tied to Moses and the Ten Commandments unearthed in Austria. Archaeologists from Innsbruck University have made a stunning discovery at the summit of Bergabici, a small hill in the municipality of Urschen, Austria. While excavating the site of the ancient church, they unearthed a marble shrine containing a 1,500-year-old ivory box adorned with Christian motifs. The relic is believed to have been tied to Moses and the Ten Commandments. The excavation team, led by Gerald Gabher, found the ivory box under an altar inside the chapel. The box, known as a pyx, is an exceptional find due to its rarity and historical significance. Grabher mentioned that there are only about 40 such ivory boxes known worldwide. The last one was discovered nearly a century ago. These pyxes are usually preserved in cathedral treasures or displayed in museums. The motifs on the box are particularly fascinating. One depicts a man turning his head. Yeah, you heard me. A man turning his head.
What?
I know. Yeah, you heard me.
Look at him. Look at that.
Rising out of the sky above him, placing something between his arms. This scene is interpreted as the moment Moses receives the laws on Mount Sinai, marking the beginning of the covenant between God and man. Another motif shows a man in a chariot with two horses being pulled up into heaven by a hand from the clouds, which is thought to represent the ascension of Christ. The combination of Old and New Testament scenes is typical of late antiquity, but the depiction of Christ's ascension with a two-horse chariot is unique and previously unknown. In addition to the ivory box, the archaeologists discovered two Christian churches, a cistern, and various personal belongings of the settlement's former inhabitants. These findings suggest that towards the end of the Roman Empire, people moved to hilltops for better defense, leaving the valley behind. Further investigations are ongoing to determine the origins of the ivory and the components found within the marble box. The discovery of this pyx is not only an archaeological treasure, but also an invaluable piece of art history, offering a glimpse into the religious and cultural practices of ancient times. Is it surprising to you that here we are 2024 years after Christ,
time, yeah.
and they're still finding these hidden treasures?
I'm telling you, when a few hundred years from now and somebody's going to dig a swimming pool in my backyard, there's going to be all kinds of problems.
Jesus, I don't know if that's good, Greg. That sounded very serial killer of you.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of that.
He's really enjoying retirement.
Yeah,
Or maybe too
really
much.
enjoy it.
I
Yeah.
learned a lot in 32 years.
Well, apparently not much, because you just
the
admitted
face.
on the show.
Oh, the face. No,
I used
no.
to live 65 miles from Greg. After he retired, I moved 300 miles north. I was like, no, I'm not going
No,
to
thank you.
T's house. Yeah.
Wow. That is
Hey, Dave,
long. Yeah.
something happened. I don't know if anybody saw this. About
Your microphone exploded?
No, about 8 minutes ago
Okay.
on the show,
Uh-huh.
it appears that someone passed away. A Mandy Hatch. Her liver died during the last story.
During my story?
No,
I don't
before my story.
Okay,
I'm
the
just
last
catching
story
up with
is
the
mine.
comments.
Her liver
Oh.
died.
Oh my God,
Her
that's so
liver
sad.
died.
Oh my
Mandy
God.
Hatch.
Oh no.
Thanks, Mandy.
Yeah.
Thanks for the
Mandy.
Right
super
before
sticker,
she
Mandy. But
died.
Mandy.
no, it wasn't
just
Mandy,
before-
thank God. It was just the liver.
Oh, right.
Oh,
And Nancy Hayes drops $20 on us, says, I so needed this tonight. Thank you all.
me too.
Yeah. A good
What?
bunch of drinks.
What?
Yeah. We can all thank
Oh.
Chachi for delivering us from evil.
Oh, hey, by the way,
Huh?
there was another birthday. Holy smokes. What is it about? What's today? July 17th? There's another
of-
birthday. Anita
lots of-
Boner had a birthday today.
Yeah, that's probably not a real name, Chach.
No,
No?
it sounds real.
No.
I've never heard of Anita.
I'm pretty
That's a real
sure.
name.
I went to middle school with Anita Boner.
Yeah, I've known a few Anitas.
July's a busy month. July,
Yeah.
summertime. You
It's
know,
Halloween, right? Halloween
Scream.
babies.
Mr. and Mrs. Boners.
Have I done?
I didn't say that. I just want it
Yeah.
on the record.
What?
I
I
didn't
was
say that.
once looked at as a respected paranormal journalist.
When?
Who?
Well, my daughter looked at me and said, "You're a respected journalist, right, Dad?"
Oh, and then she turned into a teenager.
Which, by the way, I meant to pick a bone with that guy that wrote the forward for your book. You have such a beautiful young daughter. For her to say something like that to you,
I know
She's
it's
my
hard to
favorite.
believe.
I
She-
didn't say anything to him.
It's true. She never talks to me unless
you,
money is
Samantha.
involved. Dad, can
Yeah.
I have $20? I'm trying to donate it to a soup kitchen, Dad.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
the
respectful.
best kids.
Yeah, she's so good. Where did you get that new jewelry? The soup kitchen. They gave it to me for volunteering, she tells me. I didn't even know soup kitchens gave tokens
Oh,
of
yeah.
jewelry. Oh,
That's
interesting.
so nice.
They give out tons of free stuff there, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So much. That's
This
what
is
they
my
do.
daughter. This is my daughter Ripley. If you saw the episode of the Holzer Files where I was at Franklin Castle, this was the daughter that also appeared with me on that episode. I don't think you can do that. I think Sweet Tea has that move.
No, this
trademarked.
is mine. It's
Oh,
fine.
So
I
she
forgot.
has an IMDb profile. Is that what you're telling me?
She does not, because we didn't pay her for her show.
Oh, that's why
Not
she
even the
$20
$20.
for the soup kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've
right.
given her plenty of money since then. Yeah.
Mm.
Huh.
Hmm.
Oh, well, Wheezy says we did miss somebody's birthday, though. Mike Hunt's
Oh,
birthday.
Mike, we're so sorry.
I love Mike Hunt.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, Mike Hunt, that guy.
Yeah. He's been a longtime listener and supporter of the show. That's all. I'm gonna
Mike
say.
Hunt, old friend. We're very
What?
close.
Sandra
Oh, you know
Kincaid
Mike Hunt.
missed my birthday too. I turned 60. Happy
There's
birthday.
no
Sandra.
way.
That's not a fun name.
Oh,
It's not a real name.
I'm
at all.
sorry. Not a
Come on,
fun name.
Sandra, work on it.
Sandra Jones,
Sure,
nice
Dave,
try.
you make my week. Thank you, Mary Cruz. I appreciate you. All right. Bring back the Holzer Files. I wish I could. All right.
Dave, is there any chance that the four of us could just do a Holzer Files reunion?
That makes no sense. Let's do it.
You know what? How about this? How about, since none of us are talented enough to sing,
True.
maybe we could have a real musician play a little birthday song.
He's
to
got
all
his
of our
guitar.
audience.
Yes.
So I'm just
A
going to mute
birthday
these other
song?
microphones real quickly here. And Mark Lanou from Kick the Wicked, would you mind just giving a nice little birthday song for all of the audience listening tonight?
Well, I guess I could sing it.
Okay.
Happy
wasn't asking you to play it on your belly.
you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birth. Who? We need
Everybody that's in
Mike
the chat
Hunt.
room.
Mike Hunt.
Okay.
No.
The paranormal.
What? It's
60
what it
room.
said.
Nice.
Happy birthday to you.
Very
And
nice.
many more.
Sarah Shaw throws $3 at us for a super sticker. See, you need a show like this because that's where the big money is, Mark. That rock and roll music ain't gonna go nowhere.
Well, I
Save
can
your
tell you
soul,
that,
son.
man. You know,
Yeah.
that $20 every 3 months off of streaming, man. So I'm just swimming in it.
Yeah, you're swimming in something, that's for sure. Well, that's it for tonight, kids. Believe it or not, only an hour and 10 minutes in, we're done. No more stories, no more songs. Thank you all for tuning in and spending some time with us.
What's that,
Before Chachi
Chachi?
gets to utter another drunken word, for the entire team, Mr. T, Krabby Tui, Sexy T, and Singin' T, I'm Dave Schrader, and this is the Paranormal 60.
It's Wednesday night and I'm alone. The Paranormal 60's on. It's just for paranormal freaks like me, with poltergeists and ghosts and blues and UAPs. You miss a word, you do a shot. It starts to snowball and we laugh a lot. It's just like drinking with your TV friends. I'll be passed out before tonight's show ends, dreaming the aliens are taking me away. I'll go wake up for sometime late on Saturday. It's Wednesday night and I'm alone. The Paranormal 60 is on. Schrader's on. Schrader's on. Schrader's on. Sweet tea, Chachi and the Colonel and the Paranormal Detective, all we traders copy and they all will be corrected. He's got protective bracelets and some crazy magic tricks. Even Scully cannot save him from the voice of Stevie Nicks. Schrader's on. Schrader's on. It's Wednesday night, don't be alone. The Paranormal 60's on. Now one day Dave might even put me on a show. There's a ghost in my mom's basement, man, I live down there, I know. It's Wednesday night, don't be alone. The Paranormal 60's on. Schrader's on. Words is hard.